One thing I remember clearly when I was young was visiting Mandurah. It just seemed like the place everyone went for a fishing holiday, and these days you just wouldn't recognise the place. One thing that hasn't changed, however, is the fact that you can catch some awesome fish off the coast. With a superb new marina right in the heart of town, getting into a great deep sea charter has never been easier, and Aqualib is certainly a great deep sea charter. We met Mel, Steve and Richard on the dock and headed out to try some new Dhufish techniques I'd been developing. These involve using lures and crazy new rigs to tempt not only more bites, but larger fish on average. Mandurah's grounds aren't nearly as hard hit as the Perth fishery, so it was the ideal place to test several theories that have worked for me in the past, all in one place. We've made what was actually quite a pleasant trip out here, Harry.
Yeah, real pleasure.
It's a bit rough, but that's great for dewy fishing here with Aqualib. And we're going to try two completely different ways. Now, Harry, he's got Aqualib's famous whole octopus rig, and they told me I can't show you too much about that because it's a bit of a secret. You have to actually fish with them to learn that rig. Harry, you have a fish. I'm going to show over on my sexy little number here.
Now, those dewies, mate.
Yeah, go get a dewy before me. Like that's going to happen. All right, now, what we've got here, I've got a dropper loop on my 80-pound leader, and at the bottom I don't have a sinker, I've got my trusty white jig. Today we're really going to show you how to use these for dewfish. I am going to bait it up. I'm going to bait it up with probably a fillet of mullet. I'm going to drop it down and drag it across the bottom, and you watch, I'll get one before Harry. The key to these lures and working them right is if you've got no drift, it's no good. The lure just hangs there and they won't touch it. You have to have movement, and I drag it across the bottom. I don't jig these white jigs. I let it roll across the bottom. I keep one hand here on the reel, thumb here on the line, just like that, and I feel. Everyone else can be pulling in snapper, 45 centimetre snapper around me, or even small dewies, but I want a big one. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to feel it. I'm going to let it roll, and the dewfish bite is a suck. I don't believe it. For the first time ever, Harry's actually hooked a fish before me.
Well, it has to be a first for something.
He's got to land it yet. No, he's grabbed that ocky, mate. So they've gone the ocky first up.
Oh, yeah.
It's not windy though.
Oh, just a little bit of a chilling there.
You can probably hear the wind in the microphones, but that's actually good. You don't want a dead calm day out here. It's not really rough, but a bit of chop on top of the water really gets the fish going. And he'll be a while yet.
Oh,
How far you gone then, mate?
A bit deeper than he was.
Right. No, see, it's a lot to do with the fisherman here. Now, what you got to remember about Harry is that he's the world's worst fisherman. But of course, having said that, which one is sitting on the gunnel on his backside? Colour! Oh, whiz a net. Good stuff. And here it comes. Ah, good start, mate.
Yeah, oh, it's a good start to the day.
It's not the catch of the day yet, but, well, it is actually, because it's the first fish of the day. Oh, going for a dive. No, just pull him this way, mate.
He's a left, did he, didn't he?
No, pull him this way. There you go. Pull him head first into the net, and when he's in, lift. What a great fish. Oh, ho, ho. Aqualib has pulled it off with the first drift of the day. Now, I can't really show you this rig. I'll give you a quick look, but I'm not going to divulge too many secrets because that's a bit of an Aqualib trick of the trade. But it's a whole octopus on there, and that dewfish has absolutely gone for it. And to me, it looks like a female, and she looks pretty good, so I reckon we'll try and release it back to the water. Of course, now while I'm doing that, you bring a lady on board, the first thing she's going to do is catch a fish, and it'll probably be bigger than Harry's. And here's me with none so far. That's all right, keep fighting it. Oh, it's still fighting hard. That's a good fish. Now I'll show you a trick here. You're lifting the rod far too high. Drop it down there, okay? Now lift up a little bit and then wind quickly. Wind quickly down. Lift up a little bit and then one quick turn. Just like that. One quick turn. Now when you do that, the fish doesn't have a chance to surge back down quickly. You're constantly bumping him up. This one's ready to go back. We'll show you how to release them. Okay, now watch this. We've actually vented the fish near its pectoral fins, and all you do to get it going back is point it at the water, head first. You see how that goes back? Because it's not full of air. It swims straight to the bottom. Mal, you've done it, haven't you? You've done a bigger fish than Harry. Bigger than I've got too.
Lady luck.
Lady luck. There's,
Lady luck.
Oh, there's more than luck to it.
Oh, beautiful.
Now this fish,
Males.
we'll keep this one. He won't go back very well. And that's the thing. You bring a woman fishing, she catches a fish of the day and it's only early. Well, while I was helping Harry, Mel grabbed my rod, but it's her fish, she hooked it, she landed it. I have to say no sour grapes, and that's at least 13, perhaps 15, perhaps 16 kilos. What a Dhufish to get us underway. There's plenty more to come, but that one, that's going home for dinner. Doesn't matter, take a few. Don't go anywhere, because next we're going to talk about big Dhufish on lures and how you can improve your catch. Most boaties in WA prize our unique Dhufish very highly. They live in deep reefy areas during most of the year and often shelter in caves, but experts say weedy, broken ground is best. They're usually loners to some degree, but you can regularly find patches of them. Although the minimum legal length of 50 centimetres is attained at around 6 or 7 years of age, Dhuis actually mature at 3 or 4. Male Dhufish can live to 36 years and the female's 29. Spawning peaks between January and February when water temperatures are highest, and Dhufish gather around the inshore reefs in depths of around 20 metres, where they feed on juvenile crays mainly. That's why at this time it's best to either not fish for them or just fish sensibly and take only 1 or 2 each trip between you. This way, the stocks are preserved for the future. Now, you remember before I was telling you about a suck? I'm getting one. Always keep your lure on the bottom. If it's coming off, just drag it through. He grabbed it, but I missed him. Just let it go back, let it go back. I feel a suck. Don't strike too hard. Yep, I got him. That's a Dewey, right there. On the lure. I knew it'd work if I made that modification. Oh, come on, get off the bottom. Off the bottom, off the bottom, come on. Get off the coral, come on, up you come. Up you come. Now, I tend to fight fish like this at first because I just want control with my right arm underneath. Come on, come on, come on, come on. It's good fish, this one too. Now start some short strokes to try and just break your spirit here. It's good fish. Okay, we've got some, you go for another dive, but now getting off the bottom, they really don't fight well as they come up, but this has got some weight, and once again the lure has nailed a big fish, as they always do. I've got a fair bit of drag on this too.
Yeah, I still can't see any colour, mate, so...
It's a benefit of fireline too, as the Dewey goes for the hole. Your fireline or other braids, I like fireline, I reckon it's great. And that's what gives you that little bit of extra stopping power in a tight spot. And we're still a long way from the top here, but we've beaten the fish. So now you don't panic, you just relax. This is the fish of the day. One fish like this makes a trip worthwhile. Still diving. Got some colour and got colour a long way down.
Yeah, you do.
So it's a good fish.
Oh, he's big. Oh,
Well, it could be a female, because
yeah.
just having a chat to Steve the skipper, and he was telling me how he's noticed that the Dhufish fight differently. Females have longer surges, males get their head down and really bang, bang, bang. This was lots of runs, so it's probably a female. We'll see if the skipper knows his stuff.
Yeah, we'll find out. It's coming up now,
It's
mate.
a good fish.
Oh, yeah.
Female.
It's a female, so hey, Steve, hey, you know your stuff, mate. Fantastic. Woohoo! And here we go, I'll show you that. Come down and have a look at my little creation. I said while I was fighting it, I've changed things, and what I've done, I saw them taking the ocky, so I got my jig, I put the ocky through that hook there, and I got a dropper loop, tied a smaller hook, and looped it through my eye, and just looped the squid on there. And that just kept it in place. I wasn't gonna hook one here, I was always gonna hook it, on that end. And that rig right there, with the rest of your Occy on top, that's the deadly Rager Camping Predator White Jig, and that is a female Dhufish, 10 to 12 kilos on Aqualib. After that great fish, I thought really you probably want a closer look. I'm just going to show you what I've done. See how close that dropper loop is to there? I've got a tiny little hook. Now that can actually double as a King George whiting hook, because there are lots of King George out here off Mandurah, but otherwise what I did was I just fed it through the eye of the white jig like that. That's not so I can hook fish with it, it's what we call a keeper, and that kept the Occy in place. And boy, did it work, eh?